Hey there, YouTubers.
What up, yo?
We're getting the stream started up. It'll be just maybe about 10 seconds.
Yikes. Yikes, it's happening so fast.
Well, I say 10 seconds, but you know. Actually, I should say it'll take 2 minutes, and then when I get it done in like 15 seconds, I'll seem like a genius.
How Scotty of you.
Yeah, that's where I learned it from. Blame me, Captain. Okay, here we go, guys.
Did you love this art?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I hope y'all had a happy weekend.
Yes, weekend. It didn't feel like a weekend to me.
You know, it didn't either. It didn't really feel that much like a weekend to me either. We were so busy on the weekend. Like today almost felt like a more weekendy kind of day.
Yeah, I know. I was like driving around today and I felt like it was later in the week. Like we've been,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Saturday was Monday.
It was a good weekend.
Yeah, it was productive.
Yeah, I got a lot done. So this weekend, and I wanted to share some stuff with you guys about it, but we'll have to do that hopefully on Thursday because it was so crazy busy this weekend. It was every once in a while Jackie remembered to get the camera and different things, but oh my word, it was good. It's like it's awesome when you're doing what you really enjoy doing, and but what we're doing, like this painting in front of me, it's a big painting. I mean, for a canvas.
For a canvas, yeah.
Yeah, what size would you say?
24 by 30.
24 by 30. Thank you. That's what I thought, but I swear my brain. Anyway, so it's 24 inches by 30 inches. That's a nice size canvas painting. The stretcher that we're building, we haven't put the canvas on it yet, but the stretcher we're building will be 24 feet by 10 wide by 10 feet tall. That is a project, let me tell you.
It's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even doing as much work as you. You're out there like.
And it's hot outside, guys. We're in Texas.
It's funny because half of the work I think is moving the fan around.
Yeah. It hasn't been too bad. I have arthritis, so anytime that I want to do the crazy idea of moving, my body lets me know. And especially if I want to do something crazy like cutting wood and putting it together and trying to move it and stuff. So, yeah. But it's been really good, and it's been good exercise too. So I'm not complaining about it. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting. But where we're building the stretchers is really close to the grill. So we've eaten well.
Yes.
While we're
smelled
doing this.
It while we were working.
Yeah,
pretty good stuff.
Jackie got ribs on Saturday for me to cook, and the recipe that I use for ribs right now, it's a 6-hour like smoking sort of grill sort of thing. So it is so good. Oh my word.
We should do one of these live shows outside, right by the grill.
Yeah. I may lose my concentration though. I'll be like, just it's gonna be coming off.
We're gonna slowly move this into a food show.
Yeah. And we'll do a 6-hour live show so we can just keep peeking back on the ribs. So I don't want you guys to miss anything.
Well, Aaron Chalk has joined us. Says hello, John and Jackie. Good evening to you both.
Well,
and Kylie Sykes says hello to all.
Hey, how are you doing?
So, and we have art from Kylie to show.
We do. Yes, I saw that. I was wondering because you sent the images to me.
Yes.
For the show, and I don't know what the images were.
Oh.
And but then I saw like an email or a message from Kylie, and I thought, oh, cool. I bet this is more art.
Yep.
So that's brilliant.
So here we are.
So I got pretty excited. I thought, all right.
Yeah, it's fun whenever anybody sends in art. So if you guys have art you want to share with us and don't mind us sharing, be sure and send it in.
Yeah, and thanks so much for sharing that, Kylie. That's going to be fun. As soon as I heard that, I got really excited. I thought, oh man, that'll be fun.
So I know you've been working. Well, we've both been working all weekend on these enormous stretchers outside.
Yeah.
But you.
I can't wait to show you guys because if you don't think we're crazy, you're gonna think we're crazy after you see these things put up.
I have been taking pictures and posting some of it on social.
Oh, have you? Cool.
I mean, just because it's just the images and the whole concept we can't share with the public. But
right, and I honestly, I know, like you told me, just this weekend has been.
It's a blur.
Yeah, it's a blur. But we have an 8-foot fence in the backyard, and this painting goes 2 feet above the fence, plus runs 24 feet along it. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very cool. Well, so you finally got back into the studio today and got some paint on that painting.
I did. Oh my gosh! And I got to tell you, like it felt almost like a vacation. Because even though we've been doing like art stuff all weekend, but like sitting back in my chair with my paints and everything right there in the order and stuff, it was just like, this is so nice. So I've been able to work on it, and here let me share it. So the colors aren't going to be quite right. There's something about the lighting or the cameras or something that I think that the colors are probably off a little bit. Or you can't see detail.
They're a little. Well, if it's hard to tell because I don't know. Yes, the colors are more vibrant in real life, and I think they're a little washed out because we have the room so bright, so that it records well.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I remember I was reading something because you were saying something about a camera, and then we were shooting these videos for this library, and some of the footage, we thought, I don't know, like it wasn't quite clear. I mean, it was clear, but it was just sort of.
Yeah. That's that camera. That's a camera issue. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're thinking we want to. Jackie has a really nice, what do you call it, SLR? No. Mm-hmm. It is SLR? Uh-huh. I should have said that with confidence. I wasn't so smart. Jackie has an SLR. And you know what? We'll just edit this later.
There you go.
That way. Jackie has an SLR camera, obviously. And, but, it's got really great lenses and all that. So, and Canon just put out a software patch where you can use it as a webcam. You can hook it in. So we might try that sometime because, we love talking about art, but we'd like to be able to show it a little bit better. So like what you're seeing here, I think you're missing a lot of the nuances and things, like subtle shifts and things like that. Anyway.
Well, really fast, let me say, Valerie has joined us and says, paint something on the grill while someone is grilling something. Yeah. There you go. You should paint your grill. That'd be crazy.
Wow, yeah.
And Aaron Schock said, congratulations, Kylie. And Tiffany said, hello, everybody. Valerie said, John, I sent you an email with photos last week. I'm not sure they got sent, but I hope they did. Yes. Yeah. And Valerie, you I don't know if you tuned in last live show, but we showed those.
Oh,
and
yes,
we shared them with the crowd and rave reviews and all that fun stuff. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Valerie. Gosh.
My favorite was the sculpture of the dog.
Oh yeah, the guide dog. Yeah. That was really We got So. I'm so sorry you weren't there, Valerie. I didn't realize, but
it's forever on the interwebs.
Yeah, it's forever on the internet. It's on YouTube and Facebook.
Whether or not we like it.
But everybody really enjoyed the artwork, though. It was really cool.
Yeah, lots of props.
And thank you so much for doing that. It's that's awesome to share. I think it helps motivate other people to want to share their artwork. Just be part of the dialogue.
Yeah, for sure. And Lisa Dutton has joined us and says, so beautiful. Maybe we'll have another one commissioned like this one.
Oh.
Very cool.
Thank you so much for liking this and for all your support. Oh, my goodness. Guys, I got to tell you, there hasn't been a day that hasn't gone by that I haven't felt so grateful for the support that we get. It's just, it means so much. And thank you, guys. From an artistic sort of level and all that, where you paint, but also on a personal level, it just means so much. I just want to thank you guys because you guys make my day better, and I appreciate that. Oh, and you do too, sweetheart.
Sure. Sure. So sorry I cut you off with comments and stuff, but describe what you got going on in that painting.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I got off on the whole camera discussion that we had the other day and stuff, about that. Because we want to set up a better camera for it. But please be kind to the colors and stuff. And it might look different. Okay, so this is a different camera that you're seeing it. Does it look different, like the colors and stuff?
The camera that's on you and the camera that's on me is way better and crisper than the camera you have on the art.
Yeah, so if the colors on the camera that you're seeing it on now, it probably looks different than this camera a little bit, and it's just the camera, so the camera washes things out apparently is what I'm told. So
maybe you should hold it up sideways, kind of like
Just put myself in front of it.
No, like go to you as a full screen.
Oh, I got you. Sorry.
We'll get this, people. It's all good.
Maybe,
who knows?
Okay, but I have the camera right here, so I can't do it too much.
Yeah, I mean, so it's the colors are more
like
vibrant. I really like the flowers you put in the next to the railing on the left.
Oh, thank you.
I like that.
Yeah, I love this, and this is Alhambra. It's a palace in Spain, and it's in the mountains, and these trees that they brought in just for this. It just sounds like it's just an incredible place.
Did you ever get the name of the trees?
No.
Do you ever remember those?
No, but I think there's like an evergreen. It's like I want to say like a Scottish pine or something. I
thought it was like dove trees.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'll have to look that back up again, but and then so all this foliage, and I started putting in some limbs over here. So I was working on that today. I'm working on the fence a little bit. Now this fence is really chaotic. I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's also kind of scary whenever you're painting something that is full of like crazy colors and they're all like crazy together, And so it's a lot of greens, which I've never painted like a green fence. So it's a lot of greens. There's blues, there's oranges, there's pinks, there's purples. You name it, it's in there, except for red. So don't name red. But everything else is in there. But what I'm going to do though is I have all this color because I don't want it to you don't have fences don't fence me in sort of thing. It's like restrictive.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to be like a restrictive sort of fence. I want it to be it's just part of the ambiance.
Yeah. Right now it looks more decorative than anything.
Yeah. So it's just sort of a separation from this is the pathway. This is not pathway and all that. So, but I didn't want it to seem like, like a scary, because I have these little like points and stuff on the fence, like little
spears.
Yeah, almost like spearheads and stuff, because I think that's beautiful. I think it's so elegant, but it can also look kind of mean though if they're done like in.
Well, it's an old place.
Yeah.
So I mean.
Well, but I mean, I don't want to give like a mean
right
character on the painting. So it all kind of fits, but I just so I'm using all this crazy color. But I'm going to go back in with some whites and blacks and different things and crisp it up a little bit that it gets more of a fence-like look. And I was adding in some washes, which a wash is just a transparent paint that you can see through it, but it changes how everything looks around it. So I've been putting some washes of burnt sienna, a medium yellow, and a little bit of dioxazine purple as well in different places along this fence line.
You are not afraid of color.
Nope.
Well, Valerie said, "Yay, guide dogs. I have one myself. She's a little yellow lab named Gravity. I love that name. That is a fantastic name. Also, thanks for sharing the photos. I'm glad they liked them. I may have missed one of your shows during the craziness of the NFB convention."
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I didn't even all this stuff.
I didn't realize that was happening. I'm curious I assume it was online.
Yeah, I wonder. Because it was going to be in Houston, I think.
Yeah.
This year. And I've only been to one of those, and I was asked to go to, not even do painting. They were just wanting to know if I wanted to help with Braille books. Like, like everybody's like writing their own books in Braille.
Write your own Braille book? Like with a Brailler? You gotta write it?
I didn't go there to do that. I went there to help people decorate the covers of
That's right, I do remember that. I went, that was the one in Dallas, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm horrible at Braille. Like I can, Braille 1, I can read it. I use it on my paints and stuff, but I'm not one of those people that can sit down and read a story, where I'm like, it's, I'm not that fluent, and I don't use contracted Braille, so. Which you'd really need if you're,
if you're doing a book. That sounds nuts. That was the event that I dropped my camera down the elevator shaft.
Was it really?
Yeah, John and I went to this event, and it was in the hotel, and walking out of the elevator or into the elevator, I forget, and it just slips out of my hand, and it just happened to go in that. It literally was the width of the opening.
It really was. I don't think if it was a millimeter bigger, it would have just It
would have bounced.
Yeah, it would have bounced off.
But it was like one of those old Canon power shots.
If you tried to make that shot,
I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, you're.
So of course,
I'll give you $1 million if you can throw that down that tiny slot.
I was so mad because I had we try to document everything John does. So I had so many pictures from the event, and I remember going to the desk of the hotel, and they were like, nobody goes into the shaft area until it's inspected, and they're inspected once in a blue moon. But they did end up mailing me my camera. Like, I think it was like 4 or 5 months later.
That's right.
They mailed it, and the camera was totally busted because it had fallen in probably a good 10 stories. But the SD card was intact.
Yeah, that's good. So you got all the memories back.
Yeah.
And then you got another camera. I threw it in the lake.
Yeah.
Accidentally. And
accidentally threw it in the lake.
Yeah, because it was on the dock, and I guess it just slipped out of my hand. I don't remember.
I don't know.
But
there's a lot of things that fall into right in that dock area. It's just,
It was, and we dove down and could never find it.
We found it. We found it eventually, yeah. I think the water
level.
We
dove and we found it.
I think we found it. I'm pretty sure we found it because I remember But
it didn't work though.
Yeah, it didn't work, but the SD card was okay.
And Jackie learned not to get cameras. Or not to hand me cameras after that.
Be careful with cameras around John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, nothing's ever happened to my big SLR.
Yeah, I don't touch
around
it.
you.
That's probably why.
Yeah.
I've learned not to touch cameras.
So, what are you working on there? What colors are you putting down? What's going on?
Right now here, right now what I'm doing is I'm having some fun with the trees. I'm just going in and I'm adding lots of mad color, and this is a great time to do it because we can chat, and if anybody wants to work on a painting like this, doing trees like this is so much fun. You can add so much energy, and it doesn't take like an incredible amount of thought. Like, because in other words, like it's not like when you're painting the people or other parts where you need very detailed, precise, controlled movements. Like, there's definitely places where I want color and particular colors in places. But you can have fun with it because leaves and nature is more chaotic, and you want some of that energy into it. So you can have a little bit of fun. And if you don't, if you go back and you think like, oh no, I don't, I think I want a different color going through this area, you just do that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just working on some beautiful colors, I hope. Hey, do you want to talk about Kylie's work?
Yeah. Let me say really fast. Sheila McComas has waved hello. And Barbara Brands joins us and says, "Whoa, I got here just in time for the camera horror stories." I know.
Welcome.
What was the very first lesson I learned in photography school was don't let your camera strap hang off the desk. That was like the number one. It was like lesson number 1, and it was drilled into our head because that it's the easiest thing. Somebody walks by.
Boop.
Bumps the strap and your camera's gone on the floor in pieces.
That's awful. And those cameras are pricey.
Heck yeah, they are. Mike's joined us. He said he asked, "Is that some kind of mountain walk?"
It is. Hey, Mike. It's in Spain, Alhambra, and there's a palace up in the mountains, and so these people are getting their workout in. But it's a nice
enjoying the scenery.
They're enjoying the scenery. I would love to be there right now. That it'd be so nice. Wonder what the temp is in Spain right now.
I don't know.
I bet
it's not 104.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, guess what?
What? No, don't tell me it's gonna be hotter.
No, it's actually gonna be cooler.
Really?
It's gonna be like 90 tomorrow, but
90?
There's like a 50% chance of rain.
We're gonna have to pull out our parkas.
Yeah, but did you hear about the rain?
Rain? We're gonna have to haul everything inside.
Mm-hmm. All the saws.
What day?
Wednesday morning.
Morning? It's getting worse,
It would have been
man.
better if it was like early afternoon. Early afternoon.
Morning. Well, that means we have to pull everything in Tuesday night.
Yep. Yeah. So tomorrow night.
Okay. Cool.
But. So on the stretchers, these enormous stretchers, which I'll show to you on Thursday, I think, unless it's all rain. We'll try to, and they might be here on Thursday. We might be covered up in giant stretchers in here.
We might be to a point where we have to clear the studio and we're laying them down in the studio. It's one of the only rooms that has like a clear 10 feet that we can make. We'll lay them down in here.
Oh, yeah, we'll just put them against the wall.
It's crazy. No, I mean like if we need to stretch them and we can't take them outside.
Oh. Well, it's only like Wednesday, and then Thursday there's a little bit of a chance, but it's really just Wednesday morning.
We're doing this on the weekend. That's what I thought.
Yeah, and then so then it'll be night. It'll be like it's partly cloudy and stuff. So yeah, it's just part of the fun. Like because our studio isn't that like I don't have 10-foot ceilings in here. So
well, yeah, we wouldn't be able to stand it up.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Originally, I was going to paint it sideways and just do 4-foot sections at a time or 8-foot sections at a time.
And I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, so I was just going to do like 10 feet wide and 8 feet tall, and which isn't I can paint sideways and I can paint upside down like paintings.
Yeah. But
it's always harder because it's crazy.
Nice.
But you can definitely do it, and I've done like tutorials or things where I'm painting something and it's upside down for the camera, so it's right side up for the camera, and but that's not usually your first choice.
Well, Laura says, "Hey guys, awesome to see y'all." Barbara says, "It's 76 degrees Fahrenheit in Alhambra with 0% chance of rain."
Thank
my mom
you,
joins
Barbara.
us and says, "Hey guys, love ya." My mom.
Oh, hey.
So yeah, let's go to Valerie's work. She chimed in and said her family's watching. So let's
go to Alhambra.
Yeah, let's all go there, please. Can we?
Gosh.
Please?
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Boop.
Okay. So this is Kylie Sykes' work. She sent it to us.
Thank you again, Kylie.
Yeah, this is exciting. So this is a heart in the center of what looks like probably an 8.5 by 11 size page. Oh. So it's a heart in the center, and I want to say it's using some sort of almost like hot glue is like raised line to create the heart.
Oh wow.
And she's got a rainbow colors behind it in horizontal patterns. So it's like teal, orange, red, yellow, blue behind the heart. And then the heart itself is on the screen, it looks like it's a little bit of a brownish, purplish color. It's kind of hard to make out. And it's got swirls of lighter colors in it, and it looks like it's got sparkles in it, like sequins and stuff.
Wow.
So that's awesome. Love it.
That sounds beautiful. My goodness.
Really cool.
Wow. Yeah, I could definitely see, people wanting that in the home,
Yeah, and I love the idea of as well as Valerie's work, that the idea of using the raised lines, like people have used all sorts of different things like hot glue or yarn or all different things. And
yeah,
I mean, not only is it like accommodating, but it adds an interesting, technique to your work.
That's such a good point, sweetheart. And, and it's great because the way I paint, by using paints that are a little bit sticky, they feel a little bit like rubber, and I can draw with it. That works really well for me, but just because it works well for me doesn't mean that's the right way to do it. It's funny. It's so much. I love this about art books, but I swear to my goodness, you find an art book and like a book on how to do art, it'll give you rules like, this is how you set up the palette. This is the correct way. Then you'll read another book, and I've read like books that will say, this is a correct way to set up a palette. Don't do it this way. That's completely wrong. And
it's just about your preference.
It is, and it's so much of that though. It's like this is the easel you use. You need this easel. That's the way it works. That's the way it's done. You put your brushes like this in the water, and that's the way you do them. That's the way you clean them. That's the only way to do it. Yeah. Then you read somebody else will say, no, this is the only way to do it. You're like, oh come on.
I mean, in all of that information tends to be intimidating because you're like, what do I do?
You don't want to do it wrong.
Yeah, so best piece of advice is just do it and then figure out what you like.
And make mistakes, and be okay with it,
Yeah. Well, Valerie says, and we showed her work last week. She said she used puffy paint.
That's cool.
So I'm kind of curious, Kylie, if you want to chime in, what material you used, because I tried to look close to it, and it kind of looked like glue, like hot glue, because I want to say it almost has this clear bit to it, but I'm curious what it is.
That's really cool.
So you can go on to the next. I'll describe that one. Oh, you're there. Okay, this is another one that's on another similar size, and it's again outlined hearts with that raised line texture.
Ooh.
And this is why I think it's hot glue, is because it's clear, but it could be anything, I guess. If they're maybe there's clear fabric paint. Wouldn't
that be cool?
It's the whole thing is it's like the background is kind of pink, reddish pink, and then the hearts themselves are a little bit lighter, but all the same sort of hue. And then sprinkled all over it is glitter and making it really sparkly.
That's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
I can't use glitter. I get it in my eyes. Like, I don't know. I get it on my hands, I guess. I don't realize
everywhere.
it, and then I touch my eye, and then I'm like, ah.
Yeah, it gets everywhere.
That's pretty much.
Well,
that sounds beautiful.
Aaron Shock said, beautiful, Kylie. Kylie said puff paint, so she uses it
cool.
As well. And then Valerie said, yeah, find what works for you. People do the same thing with blindness techniques. There are always more than one way to do something. And Kylie says, I'm sorry for the comment early. Oh, no. So, yeah. So, not only has she done these cool sort of two-dimensional pieces, she's got... Go to the next one so I can describe it. Okay, these are super cool. And this, I'll tell you what intimidates me, is fabric art. And these are... And I'm not sure they're... I forget, like... She can tell us in the comments exactly what they're called, but they're like carpet fabric designs. This is of Snoopy dancing.
Oh,
and it's like long.
Snoopy. Oh my gosh.
It's like long
peanuts,
shag kind of carpet stuff. I forget what the name is. Hopefully she'll chime in and tell us exactly what the name of that technique is. But it's super cute. It's Snoopy dancing, and I mean to me this looks crazy intimidating because she's got a gradation of like white and yellow in the background behind Snoopy up to blue in the sky. So that looks really difficult to do.
That's cool.
But latch hook rug, she says.
Oh, okay. So, we can blame Snoopy for the reason we have a beagle today, because all the Peanuts books I read as a kid.
Is that why you snuck that into the Jack's thought process?
Well, yeah. Well, my dad had a beagle, he said, when he was a kid.
And your dad didn't say beagles are crazy?
Well, they lived in the country then. I mean, it's downtown Dallas now, but when my dad was a kid, it was kind of out in the country, it was a real little small town, and they.
Yes.
So I guess a beagle kind of worked out there. Gosh. But she's a sweetheart. I don't want to give Chip a bad rap or anything.
She's crazy.
She's crazy, but she's a sweet crazy.
Linda Everton has joined us, and she said latch hook as well, so she knew what it was called.
I want to say that I might have done one or two of these when I was a kid.
I've never done. The whole like fabric, like even cross stitch, intimidates me a lot.
I wasn't very good at it, but I kind of remember doing it, and it's it's very like like you put in one at a time.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have that kind of patience.
Yeah, that's incredible though. And then you end up with this really cool fabric art.
I mean, yeah, that would be awesome. You can make a really big one that's like a centerpiece in your room. That'd be crazy cool. Anyway, okay, go on.
Let's see.
Okay, this is super cute. So this is a little puppy. This is the same. It's the latch hook rug stuff.
Oh.
Is that what that's? Yes, latch hook rug. And this one is a little bit more like a photo. It's got a very photorealistic look of a puppy.
Oh.
And he's looking super cute. It's a brown puppy. And behind him and around are these pink flowers. And there's like a blue sky behind those pink flowers.
That sounds pretty. Is it like a short-haired puppy, like a lab?
It looks like a golden. It looks like a puppy, like a golden retriever puppy.
Oh.
It's super cute.
I
bet
it's adorable. That's really cool.
Well, Valerie said, Kylie, are you sighted or blind? If you don't mind me asking. I'm totally blind since birth. Love all kinds of art. Is latch hook fun to do? I'm learning knitting and crochet.
Ooh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. See? Totally intimidated.
And thank you, Kylie, so much. And Valerie for sharing your artwork. Look, that's so cool. Man.
Oh, and Owen has joined us and says, hello, what are we painting today?
Hey, Owen. We're living large. We're painting castles in a place that we'd all love to be. Barbara told us that it's like 70-something degrees there right now, and it's no rain's expected. Sounds brilliant. It's been like in the hundreds here in Texas, but now it's going to cool off a little bit.
I wonder if, like, during this time of the year, if people's search browsers, like, their history would show them searching other places to live. Like, I know I do it. I'm like, what is more logical?
You know,
this
even
is
though
crazy.
I bet they do. You know, knock on wood. I mean, it kind of saps your energy at the end of the day. But the heat usually bugs me, but it hasn't been too bad the last.
Well, you got this giant evaporative cooler blowing on you.
Yeah,
as you shift her.
Yeah, my dad he has like a diesel business where they repair the fuel injection systems, and he's done it all his life. And the guys there, they'll work out in the bays sometimes. Like they have a big inside part, but you know, sometimes you got to go outside where the cars live and mess with them. And so they had this evaporative cooler out there, and they loved the thing. They were just, oh, it's awesome. So dad bought one for down at the lake, and all the stuff that we're going to be doing for these projects are outside, and we knew it was going to be 100 degrees outside. So we got one, and oh my word, it is a lifesaver.
It is. I'm surprised. I'm always like the naysayer on some of these things with John, but this one was a good purchase. This one I like.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Well,
what I'm hearing is that I'm always right. That's what. That sounds like.
Pretty
what
sure
you're
we have a
saying.
robot vacuum that just gathers dust at this point.
Well,
this is the second one.
It needs a new battery. It needs a new battery.
Yeah. You're just convinced to turn the entire house into one big robot.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And
yes.
Some of them don't always work out.
Wow.
And this D-bot situation is ridiculous. But anyway.
Yeah. We need a new battery for that boy. But it's so great because you can talk to it.
Can you, though? It's dead.
No, not now. I mean, you can talk to it now. It just can't clean.
It just can't talk back.
It just says, no battery. No battery.
Well, okay, so Kylie responded and said, I'm partially sighted since birth. And then she said hi and partial, so I'm not sure, but I assume that's maybe about her sight. I'm not 100% sure. You can clarify, Kylie, if you want. Owen said cool about the painting, and Karen Teeter joined us and said, hey, guys.
Hey.
So, anyway.
Well.
I do have some true false
I was going to say,
stump you with.
Well, let's do that. I'm
and everybody else out there can join with your thoughts on this situation.
That's cool. I meant to put together a game for today.
Well,
the weekend was so nutty.
I know. I like the last two live shows. We kind of slacked with the whole, thing, and so I just I grabbed some questions today. I thought were kind of interesting.
Well,
you probably
cool.
know the answers because you're like one of those bottomless abyss of weird trivia.
What I'm hearing is that you
that you're always right.
I'm always right.
All day, people. All day. That's what I have to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of feel sorry for you that you're having to do the stay-at-home thing, with me.
That's my life. Kylie said, I am considered high and partial. Okay, thank you for the clarification. And then Valerie said, does the cooler affect your paintings? Oh, that's a good question. And does it make them dry faster, the evaporative cooler? But you don't really paint outside.
No,
not with that thing on you.
I will be with it, but it really doesn't right now. But I think part of the reason is because where we live and this time of year, it's very humid anyway. And the evaporative cooler, they work better really when it's a drier climate. So now it's sort of a wetter air, moist air kind of, but it's not that moist, and it's back a ways. So by the time it gets to the canvas, I wondered about that, but it doesn't really blow. It's dry or the same amount of moisture that's in the air anyway by the time it gets to the artwork. So
yeah,
I was so happy about that because I wasn't sure if it would be, because we've had misters before and they were supposed to be micro mist.
Oh my gosh,
the water drips off everything.
Yeah, soaked everything.
But I was so glad that because my dad had one, so we went to my parents and it seemed really dry, and I painted out on the porch, but it being really hot, and I was right up against it because it's so hot, and so I painted all day. And it felt nice. And
my brother and sister-in-law have one as well, and when it blows on you, it doesn't feel damp or humid even. It doesn't feel any of that, so it seems nice. Well, Kylie said, I have 2200 vision. And then Karen said, "Ha, my battery is dead too in my RoboVac, thus gathering much dust."
Oh, man. Yeah, and the model we have, like for some of the RoboVacs, you can just pull the battery out and you can get a new battery. They're like $20, $30 or something.
And the D-Bot you can't?
This D-Bot you can't. It's in there, and you have to send it back, or they do something. I mean, they may just send us a battery. They may send us a new thing. I mean, they might just replace it. But the next time we get one, though, I'm going to make sure that the battery and all that, you can replace that sort of stuff.
Wait, we're getting another one?
Eventually.
Oh, my gosh. We should just create an army, fix all of them, and we would have, like, some sort of vacuum robot army at this point.
You know, you're not wrong. I love that idea. Let's put a pin in it for right now.
Let's put a pin in it. Okay, true, false questions.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. And everybody out there, you are welcome to help John.
Please.
Yes.
I've got to keep up this illusion that I know things. So please help.
Yes. He thinks he's right all the time. Okay. Okay, true, false. This is all true, false, because we didn't have time to like make the multiple choice stuff.
Cool. I got a 50% chance.
Yes.
I like it already.
Yeah. Okay, so true or false? Goldfish only have a memory of 3 seconds.
False.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's like 3 months or something that they found.
Really?
They used to, and it may even be longer, but they did some research in a lab. From what I remember, they did some research in a lab, and they were able to find that the goldfish would remember. Gosh, I can't remember what it was, like who fed them or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen videos where they taught the fish like when something rings or there's something in their thing, and they'll come over for food. So if they remember that, then that's got to be more than. Yeah,
and which is So anyway, that's what I heard. But of course, I learned that on the internet, so I could be wrong. But
nah. Linda did true ? She's unsure. Valerie said true, and Kylie said false. So true or false? Goldfish only have a memory of 3 seconds. Ken has joined us and says false.
Haha, Ken would know.
he does have a lot of animals.
Animal knowledge.
Yes. Are you ready for the answer?
Yes.
It is false.
Ha!
Scientists have found their memories can actually last for months.
Yeah, yes.
So you're right. You were like 3 months, man. Way to go.
Thank you.
Bam. All right. Karen said false as well.
All right. Well, for everybody that said true, don't feel bad. That's a very popular wife sale. Mm-hmm. Old wife seller. Whatever that is. Whatever that saying is.
Whatever. Okay. True or false? I'll be surprised if you get this one.
Uh-oh. Dolly
Parton is the godmother of Miley Cyrus.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna say true. Dolly Parton is one of the sweetest people that I've never met. But I would love to meet her.
Yeah.
She's like 74 now.
Yeah.
She's
done a ridiculous amount of charity for children and all sorts of stuff. So
yeah. You know, and
awesome.
I'm not like a country music fan. I mean, I don't hate country music, but I don't like search it out, you know, and I'm not like, oh, it's a new song that just came out, you know, I'm not, you know, but I'll hear music sometimes. I'll be like, oh, I really like that song. That's, you know, or the lyrics or this or that. But I love Dolly Parton. Like I love Willie Nelson and you know, like there's certain people that I really
old
really
country
like.
I think is better than
the old country. I do too.
But I don't like country, period, so I don't feel like I can, you know, participate in that argument.
Oh my goodness. But I bet that you would really enjoy like a Willie Nelson concert or something. Being there.
Oh, I would love to go to a Willie Nelson concert.
And I mean, it's almost like your first concert was John Denver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, that feels kind of like country. It's like folky.
Folk, yeah. My mother took me to that, yes. Which is funny. I remember it was 3rd grade, and my mom loved her some John Denver. That record was always on.
Country Road.
And I liked it too. So, you know, she took me and a friend at that time. Can you imagine 2 3rd graders to a concert?
Wow.
Man, you are dedicated. I wouldn't take my 12-year-old to a concert.
That's pretty awesome. You got a good mom.
I do. Okay, so Kylie said true. Linda says true.
All right, I've got good company so far.
Karen says true.
All right.
And Ken says true. And Valerie said, okay, that is actually true. I read Miley's book.
Oh my goodness!
So we have.
Cool. I was gonna say either we're all right together or we all go down.
It is true. Dolly is good friends with Miley's dad, country star Billy Ray Cyrus.
Well, boot, scoot, and boogie. What do you know?
Scoot and boogie. And Valerie said, "I love playing records." You're a fan of playing records as well. I
am too. You know, it's shocking how expensive like LPs are.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, like it went from a time when they were like normal because that's, I guess, like, that's what you have put music on, but then you could find them anywhere, like at a garage sale or something, and nobody wanted them anymore because of CDs and stuff, and they were just a dime a dozen, and then now
it's crazy.
It's like $20-$30 for one record. And
yeah.
Like, wow.
I will say though that when there's like an album that comes out that I'm excited about and absolutely in love with,
mm-hmm.
it has crossed my mind that I would like the LP of it because you hear it's just a different sound, so I can appreciate it.
The thing I really like about LPs is that whenever you play it, it's almost like playing a DVD now, or like
mm-hmm.
that. If you're streaming something like through Netflix or Amazon or something like that, it's so easy just to hit next. Or if you're listening to YouTube videos or whatever it is you just happen to be listening to, but if it's an LP, you generally listen to the whole record. Like you don't go over there and just necessarily like just skip songs a lot.
Right.
Like you listen to the album, and they used to make an album almost like a book. Where they wanted to put for people to go through this journey.
Yeah.
So they would put different songs in a certain order, so you would experience it like that. And
yeah.
And that's kind of cool. I mean, it's something that's kind of lost a little bit
mm-hmm.
with just the single releases and 99-cent songs on the iStore or whatever.
There you go.
Google Play.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, everybody here's way to go. It's random questions I just found. True or false? An octopus has 5 hearts.
Oh.
Barb Dorrington has joined us and said goldfish are actually pretty smart.
Ooh. That's good to know.
Yeah.
I have noticed that the fish in there, we have a fish tank that has 2 fish in it. One of them could care less about me, but the other one, if I go up near the tank, tank, it'll go up and like hit the water.
It wants food, man. Yeah.
But it's learned because when we first got it, it would never do that. And now it'll go it knows me or whatever, or knows when I get close to the tank, like it'll start like hitting the water a little bit.
You don't think that's because we forget to feed them and they're practically starved?
Oh, no.
Okay, good. I never feed them
on a schedule.
Oh, nice. I never feed them.
Well, I try not to overfeed them, so I don't feed them like a ton, but it's a 55-gallon tank with like 1 goldfish and one little sharky type fish.
Well, Barb says true. Linda says false.
What was the question again? I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Does an octopus have 5 hearts?
Oh, yeah.
And Ken, speaking of different tangents, Ken said Q102 album Rock was cool.
Really? Hey, buddy.
I remember
Jackson.
He's like,
you
guys are disturbing me.
Oh. So wow. So how much heart does an octopus have?
How many hearts? Yes.
Yeah, but
I mean,
they have a lot of heart, or are they kind of cold?
Do they have a lot of heart? I don't know. They're pretty smart.
Let's see. They're cephalopods. Lots of fingers. I'm gonna say true. Gosh,
okay.
It's probably like 4 or something. You probably like tweaked it.
Okay, let's see. Linda said false, question mark?
Oh, okay. Uh-oh.
Okay.
I feel like the tide's turning against me here.
Ken said I never ate one, so I can't say.
I know. I don't eat octopus either, like when it's on the menu, because they're so smart. Like I've heard that octopus can learn from another octopus just by looking. Like in a lab, they've had food in a jar, and they'll put it in a tank, and with an octopus that's never learned how to open jars,
mm-hmm.
and then they'll put food in a jar with an octopus that's clear across the room in another tank, and it'll just and the octopus is just laying there, and the other octopus will open the jar, and then the first octopus will go over there and open the jar. Like it'll learn just by looking.
Yeah.
And I think I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat the arms off something that's that smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, gah.
Gah. Okay, well, all right. To basically.
But I'm not a big seafood fan. If they taste, if they taste like ribs, I might have to make them.
Well, Barb said 3 hearts, not 5.
Oh,
Oops.
okay.
And Valerie said false. They have 3. 2 that pump blood to the gills, and 1 that circulates it to the body.
Okay.
Look at that.
Well, I want to change my answer.
We got.
But I won't because I love
We all
them.
know.
But I think they're right.
Well, that would be accurate. False. They have 3.
Wow. Good one.
Okay. Next.
That's really cool.
And you might know this.
I took marine biology in school. You think I would have learned? We did more sharks though.
That would be the more interesting. I mean, like if you're just like you're taking like the base,
yeah,
and then you're out because it's one class. Yeah. Sharks would be a pretty good thing to cover. Okay, so 4. True or false? Brazil is the only country in the Americas to have the official language of Portuguese.
Let's see. I know they have it. Is it the only one? Obrigado.
We've talked about this numerous times. The only saying we know is how to order more caipirinhas.
Yeah. Caipirinhas. Obrigado.
Basically. Dos. Por favor.
Cachaça.
Yes.
Gosh. I'm going to say true. Portugal,
Kylie has said false.
I feel like things are changing. I did so well at the beginning of this. I feel it sleeping. I feel sleeping away. In fact, I can't even talk anymore.
I thought the interesting thing while we were in Brazil. Okay, so we went to Brazil, obviously, and we were there for a couple days before I really kind of did the Google Translate app where you can just look it up and it basically like says it and you can say it right to the person and it's like brilliant. Love it. And so I started to feel really confident when I downloaded this app and was able to like kind of talk to people. But the one thing you don't realize is that things don't translate the same. Like we were at a restaurant and I put into the translator check please, but it's not the same translation. Like check is not a thing they use over there. It's bill. Your bill.
Oh yeah, yes. When you ask for a check, you're asking
like
for a I don't know, like can I have a book of checks?
Yeah, I was like, can you check something or whatever?
Yeah.
And he was like, I think I know what you're talking about. And I was like, okay,
that's
it's
right,
not
that's
always
funny.
whatever.
The first time I went there, I tried to use that but I couldn't get it to work. The Google Translate.
I don't know. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, you did
amazing
with it. I thought that was so cool.
I was a bit intimidated by being in another country with another language, and it's a little stressful because you're navigating everything, and I don't know. So, but everybody there was so nice. Like they were so patient with tourists. But once I kind of got the hang of like being able to talk, it was, oh my gosh, it's a million times different. Okay, so the question, is Brazil the only country in the Americas to have the official language of Portuguese?
I'm going to say yes for official. There might be others that speak it, but let's see. Okay, I'm going to go true.
Well, Linda said true, ? Ken just has like a thinking emoji. And Barb says officially true.
Ooh.
The answer is true.
Yes.
Yes.
Back on top, baby.
Back on top. Well, I got the last one.
Uh-oh.
And if you miss this one, we're going to have to go to counseling.
Uh-oh.
Counseling.
Ooh. Counseling.
Are you ready?
I don't know if I want to do this one.
You know this. Okay.
Okay.
True or false? Darth Vader famously says the line, "Luke, I am your father," in The Empire Strikes Back.
False.
Are you sure?
Well, I can't think of what he says, but it's usually misquoted. It's like one of those lines that's often misquoted.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke.
Maybe if you act it out for us, you'll figure it out.
Look, he's reaching out. He's like, if you only understood the power of the dark side. No. Luke doing his whiny thing. Oh, never do a drinking game watching Star Wars, the first the New Hope, and have to take a drink every time Luke whines.
Oh my gosh.
Or complains about
that
something. It's holy moly.
That was a dangerous night.
I want to go get some power converters.
The first, what was it, the first 10 minutes? We already had 4.
Yeah, we were like, oh, this was a mistake. Oh my goodness. We did a movie night for that, and everybody's like, oh my word, we did not realize he was such a whiner.
I think we had to change it halfway through because it was just too much. It was, your drink was never down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, gotta take a sip.
Well, Kylie says false.
Cool. Luke, I am your father. Something.
Okay. What's your answer?
I forget, but I forget which way it goes with that. But I didn't think that was right. I don't know if that's true or false, but I can't remember how the
Darth Vader famously says the line, "Luke, I am your father," in The Empire Strikes Back.
False.
Okay.
But I can't think of what it is though.
Okay, you're right. It's false.
Oh, do you know what the real line is?
Yes. No. I am your father.
Oh. Ooh, well.
Now we're just going to have to go watch those movies again.
I know. No. I am your father. I'm not wearing hockey pants.
Hockey pants.
Well, that's awesome. That was a good one. That was good.
So, you know what this weekend would have been? And we can talk about it on Thursday. We can get into it on Thursday.
Oh, Comic-Con.
Yes.
And we would have been.
Okay, San Diego Comic-Con, biggest con in the country.
They should really change that, because calling it the biggest con sounds like it's shady.
I don't know, though. You end up spending your life savings there. That's probably a con. But anyway, it is next to impossible to get tickets to this thing. And on a whim, every year, I log on to the day they're selling and just try for kicks. Not even really thinking it through. I'm just like, if you get in to even the possibility of purchasing them, it's a miracle.
And the nice thing about it is they do it in the winter. So if you do get them, 6 months in advance. So that you think, okay, well this is going to be our vacation sort of thing. This is where all of our dimes and nickels we're going to be saving up. And we're going to go to this.
And I don't usually consult John on this situation.
It's true.
You know what you're getting into.
Hey, when I married you.
we were married in Vegas at the start of
That's true.
You knew what you were getting yourself into.
We did get married. There were Klingons at our wedding. That's true. And Ferengi.
Yes. Anyway, so we miraculously, on a whim, totally get into the place. We bought all 4 days.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, isn't it? Is it just it's getting in is one thing, but you have to get in for each day, and we actually got in for every day of it.
For all 4 days.
So it was like the full deal. It was like, holy moly, that never happened.
And at that point, when it happened, I was like, John, we got in for all 4 days, and he's like, wait, what are you doing?
What's going on?
What's going on? And I was like, we've got to buy Comic-Con tickets right now, and which they're not cheap when you're buying all 4 days for 2 people. Not to mention flying to San Diego. And, well, we can stay with my brother, but, it's just nuts. So we, get the tickets. And then this happens. This year goes to poop. And, so luckily they're pushing everybody to 2021. So you're able to stay in the loop. But,
cool.
In order to just, I guess, keep the momentum, they're doing it virtually this next weekend. So there is a Star Trek panel Thursday afternoon that you don't have to wait in line for at Hall H.
Oh, that's true. You even know what hall it was going to be. That's funny. You don't even have to wait in line at Hall H.
It actually wouldn't have been a Hall H. It would have been some side room because it's Star Trek. People don't appreciate it like they should, but whatever.
What?
I know. Ridiculous.
Did they realize that Star Trek has their own con?
I know, really? Well, maybe that's why they're...
They don't even need the Comic-Con. They got
their
own thing going.
That was another con that always happens in August. We went to it in 2017, and now because of this, they've moved it to December at Caesars in Vegas. And there's still talk of that being dicey because all this is still going on. And, I mean, traveling, making it a whole different time of year is crazy because Star Trek convention isn't a... I mean, that's a convention that people go to every year. That's just, like, their thing.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of teachers, just if your vacation time is the summer, that's when you go.
And I should say, if I've never been to... You've been to the San Diego Comic-Con before with Jack.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go that year, or I couldn't go, or didn't want to.
I don't think you wanted to.
Yeah, it was something, but it was also like I had a lot of work to do, and it was like, I can use that week, and that'll be great. Because I was so far back in commissions.
Yeah, probably.
I think. And then it was a time when I was like 2 years back or something, like people were ordering paintings for like Christmas from me.
Right.
And but we did go to the Star Trek convention. But I almost think if you were going to go to one or the other, I would almost recommend the Star Trek convention. If you were just going for like a geeky kind of good time, where it's just fun. And the only reason I say that is because at the Comic-Con, everything, I've never been there, but everything I've read, it sounds really crowded. But it's a lot of variety. So like if you're into, just movies and stuff and want to see all this, and see all these famous actors and whatnot. But just for hanging out and having a good time where everybody's really relaxed and just want to, they don't, everybody likes Star Trek, but not everybody's like an uber fan, but they just like hanging out.
Yeah. And it's great having it in Vegas because you're in the casino where the convention is, and there's like 3 or 4 bars in that same, so you don't even have to step out in the 110 degree Vegas heat, which it's July, or August for Star Trek. So... Yeah.
If you use a guide dog to travel with, you don't want their little feet will just burst into flames if you step.
You can't even really.
So it's nighttime travel only with the guide dogs.
Yeah.
But we did go to the pool, and what's nice is that whenever you're at the Vegas casino, and the pools are ice cold, like they're chilled waters, but you're there with a bunch of geeky people like us. That are afraid of the sun because you'll burst into flames. So you pretty much have the pool to yourself. It's ridiculous. Like all that kind of stuff. It's just like it's open. Cabanas here and left and right, and they're like in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was fun. Cabanas, drinks for days. And
I probably said this before, but it was kind of funny because we were just asking them how much a cabana would be, because they have like a Mr. Fan and all that. I mean, you are in, this. That was definitely our vacation. That was like a big thing we saved up for and all.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, maybe we'll get a cabana. We'll just see how much they are. And they told us, and Jackie was like, oh, okay, all right. And the guy, because I guess nobody was buying the cabanas because it was a Star Trek thing and nobody was going out. And the guy like knocked it was like $400 or something.
Yeah.
Which we thought was like, whoa,
Yeah.
Does it come with your own like
masseuse?
Butler and masseuse, or what's going on here? Do we get to take it home with us when we're bring it back on the plane?
I mean,
and then he was like, 300, and Jackie's like, okay. And then
I just wanted to know the price.
Yeah, we're getting ready to walk away. Like, hey, we're gonna get lunch. We just wanted to get the price and go get lunch and just plan our afternoon. And the guy's like, 200. He just kept going down and going down.
And it does include, that price included like a giant chunk of money at the restaurant and bar.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
So if you buy food and drinks and all that, it gets taken out.
It's included in that price.
So if you bought $200 worth of food and drinks, which isn't necessarily that hard to do in a resort thing or whatever, and then it was like the cabana was kind of free or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Ken said on that with the Darth Vader question, he said, I've heard it, but not sure which movie. Oh, and Linda said, I've been to PAX once, and my kids multiple times.
Ooh.
That's something, too.
Yeah, I've never done that.
I've never done that. Jack would love that.
Oh, yeah,
that'd be cool.
That would be interesting.
Another convention that is, I just heard about this last year is the VidCon, which is like the YouTubers one, where, I was thinking that would be a cool one to take Jack to, because, that's all kids, or at least Jack nowadays, that's all they watch is like their YouTube channels. They have their YouTubers that they love.
Yeah.
And like when, was it 3-4 years ago, I took Jack to see, totally surprised him. It was epic. See Dan TDM, which is a YouTuber. and he was in Dallas, and Jack was like, I have got to go see him, but we were working a show. We couldn't go. I couldn't take him, and so he was going to be in California that summer, and so I bought tickets. We went out to see my brother and stayed there, and I was like, hey, just why don't you take us to downtown area? And then whipped out the tickets, and Jack freaked out. It was epic. It was epic.
You were
it was
good,
awesome.
Mama.
But that was a lot of fun. So I don't know. VidCon would be a fun one to go to if this all ever goes back to normal.
Yeah, man.
Linda said all of you would enjoy PAX. That would be awesome.
I mean, that would be cool. That sounds interesting.
So tell me what you got left on this painting, because it's already like 9.
Yeah.
So
It's about time to. Well, here, let me go to this, and remember this camera shot isn't necessarily the best.
We need to get a better camera for this.
Yeah. Maybe we get a moment. Maybe we could plug in your good camera and see what it's like. So I'm adding more foliage to the trees, so it's more colors and things. So I just want a lot of depth. So it just means having to do lots of layers. The castle up here, I'm adding more pinks and blues, and then whenever I get it really tinted in, really kind of dark, the way I like it, I'm gonna go back in with whites and make it look like it's glowing a little bit in places. The people I need to finish painting in the whole the background is sort of like the trees, but I'm using horizontal strokes going back and forth. So let me see. Like, I don't know if that is that better. So it's kind of horizontal strokes. So right now I'm doing a lot of oranges and reds. Then I'm going to go back with white, titanium white over it in areas just to lighten it up. And then I go back in with blues and purples and give it a nice, more of a kind of a textured feel, you know? So it has depth to it. A lot of times people will try to do color paintings like this and they look very two-dimensional. And I think part of it is that you just have to keep working it a little bit. And it helps, too, if you put in a little titanium white every once in a while. So it's almost like you can just brighten the colors up a bit.
Yeah. Right on, man.
So that's what I'm going to be working on. And giant stretchers and pulling them in here into the studio.
Yeah, I guess if it's going to rain, then we'll be working in the studio a lot more than outside on them this week.
Maybe.
But
I mean,
our schedule is nuts. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks so much, guys.
Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, guys,
Party.
And have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you Thursday.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye.